Welcome back to Burning Eyes Tech, guys. In today's episode of the MS-700 series, we're going to be taking a look at archiving and unarchiving teams, and then also as an extra, deleting and restoring teams. So first things first, archiving teams. What does it actually do, and where do I go about actually doing it? So archiving teams basically puts your team in a read-only state. So if you've got people, users, members, and all that in a team, when you as the admin go and put a team in archiving, it's going to appear to them as if the team is still there, but it's going to look slightly different. They will, however, notice that they can no longer go and upload something. They can no longer go and change something. They can't go to a channel and go and type some sort of text in there. There's a lot of things they will not be able to go and do. So if they go into their list of teams, assuming they are in more than one team, that team is going to look slightly different. The text, the font is going to look like it's in italics. It's going to look like it's a little bit different. There's also a symbol that generally shows there that it's actually being archived. Now, one of the reasons why we would go and archive a team, which basically makes it read only for the most part, people can only go and download content and maybe go and view it, but they cannot go and change anything or upload anything new. One of the reasons why we want to go and do that is because companies sometimes intend on deleting a specific team. And this is a good way to go through the process. It gives people time to go and review their content, maybe back up anything if needed, get the whole team deletion process approved and all that. So if you are one of the members in this team, which didn't maybe really have a say in the whole process, you at least have the opportunity to go and back up your content in that team, maybe download it locally to your PC. And at least when the team goes offline completely, at least you'll still have access to that content. Believe it or not, this actually happened to me once in a company where I was working for a company, and then one day randomly I just noticed I couldn't go and upload anything. I couldn't just change anything. At first I didn't really notice the team looks different. I just noticed I couldn't go and upload anything or change anything. And then eventually it occurred to me that, you know what, I think this team has been archived. There's probably a reason why they did this. Most likely it's been archived and they plan on deleting this team, and that actually was the case. Very shortly afterwards, the team was deleted. So I suppose they at least had the courtesy to go and archive the team instead of just deleting it off the bat, which gave me time to go and back up whatever it is I wanted to go and back up. So when it comes to archiving, that actually is an exam question. So if any of you guys are watching this video because you intend on writing the Microsoft MS-700 exam, which is for managing Microsoft Teams, there is a question exam. You might get it, you might not get it. The question exam is, where can you go to go and archive or unarchive a team? Now, there's three possible places you can go and do this. You can go and do this via the Teams admin center, which you probably would have been able to guess. You can do this via the Teams client. Now, it doesn't matter if you do it using the desktop client or the web client, they're the same, potato, potato. And then lastly, which is also no surprise, is PowerShell, because you can do anything via PowerShell. Provided that the correct module has been installed, which gives you additional functionality, you can effectively do anything via PowerShell. So I'm going to take a moment here, just quickly circle to my browser and show you the web client version of Teams, because I don't have it installed on my PC right now. And using the web client version and the actual portal itself, I will show you how and where you can go and archive teams and unarchive teams. So let's quickly go to the browser. Okay, boys and girls, here we are in my browser. So the first method I'm going to show you is via the Teams client. So I've taken the liberty of already logging on to my browser onto the web version of the Teams client. It's the same as the desktop version, the one is just in the browser. And if you're on the web version, you can see I've got two pre-made teams here. One is just called Public Team, the other one is just called Burning Eyes Tech, same as the name of the channel. So if you'd like to go and archive a team, you're going to have to go into your settings. Now, one way to go into the settings of a team itself is to go click on the three little dots here, in other words, the ellipse. That's going to allow you to go click on Manage Team, but that's not what we're looking for. That's going to be an option to go and manage that specific team itself. That's not what we're looking for. So to be able to manage all of your teams via the client, whether we're using the desktop or the web version, you're going to have to go here to the bottom. You'll see that's also a little gear icon. It looks the same as that one you'll find in the menu. The name at first glance also looks the same. That one says Manage Team. That one there says Manage Teams with an S at the back, plural. So that means it's more than one team. For a while there, I actually thought it's the same thing. It turns out it's not. So if you go click on that one, it's very much the same as going into the Teams admin portal. Not exactly. There's a few things you can do via the client, which you cannot do via the admin portal. There's a few things you can do via the admin portal which you cannot do via the client, vice versa. And the things that you can do on both sides don't look exactly the same. They're similar, but not the same. So I'm going to go here and click on that little gear icon at the bottom. Here it shows me all of my teams that I have at this point in time. Now, if you would like to go and archive a team, I'm going to go and use this one here as an example, Burning Ice Tech. Now, if you're doing it via the Teams client itself, you're going to go way on the right-hand side to the little ellipse sign here. Click on the ellipse sign, and there's an option here at the bottom that says Archive Team. Now, over the years and over the months and so, I've seen Microsoft has a tendency to go and add more options here. So by the time you watch this video, depending on when you watch this, if you watch this very shortly after I've uploaded it, it should be fairly much the same. But if you only watch this a few months or a year or so after I've uploaded it, there's a good chance that this might be different. There might be extra options by then because Microsoft is continuously adding more options. The point is, at the time of making this video, there was an option here that says Archive Team. And if I click on that, here we go. Want to archive this channel? There's the name. Yes, please. I'm just going to say archive. Give it a second. And there we go. Team has been archived. So if I go and expand this section here, you can see that respective team has indeed been archived. So if you need to go and unarchive a team, you can just go and click there. And there's normally a button here that says restore team. Now on the left hand side here, notice the text has changed to italics. Look at the font. You can see the font looks different. That's one indication that this team has been archived. Another indication is that little icon there. That icon there tells you it's been archived. You can see if I hover my mouse cursor over it, it actually indeed tells you archived. Now initially when this happened to me in the actual industry, I didn't notice that icon there. I didn't really notice that. To be honest, I didn't even notice the font. I think it's because it's a day-to-day thing. I just normally click, 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 and I just go, and I just upload, and change. So I didn't actually notice the font or the icon. I mean, all of my stuff was already expanded here, so I could just go and click on it. And if you go in here, you'll notice now, if it's archived, I cannot go and participate in conversations. I can no longer go and chat here. I cannot do diddly squat. I cannot upload something. I cannot chat. I can simply just go and download content if there is anything there. But in an existing team like this one, okay, although there's not really anything going on here, I can go and click there where it says new conversation. So let's circle back to teams. I want to go here to archive teams. Let's restore that puppy and see what happens. Click there on the ellipse, restore team. It normally happens in about 1 or 2 seconds. If I'm going to click on that, it takes a few seconds. There we go. You'll see the font is different, the icon is different, everything is back to the way it was. If I go to a channel of my choice now, I'm just going to click on a random channel. I now have the option to go click on new conversation. I can go and upload files if need be. So that is basically archiving and unarchiving a team via the actual Teams client itself. So it doesn't matter whether I did this via the web browser or the actual local client, it's the same thing. If you'd like to go and do this via the Teams admin portal itself as well, there I already have the Teams admin portal open, so I'm just going to go click there. Alright, there we go. I've got the Teams admin portal open. Sorry, I had to just pause there for a few seconds there because it turns out I had 2 tabs open, which was both the Teams client. Ha ha ha, it happens to the best of us. Anyway, so there we go. We are on the Teams admin portal here right now, and via the Teams admin portal, what are we trying to achieve here? We want to manage teams. So we're going to go to the section here on the left hand side in the Teams admin portal that says Teams, because we want to manage a team. Expand that. There's an option that says manage teams. Very much the same as when we go to the client here and click there. It says, what does it say there? It says manage teams. That section there is the same thing. Even though it doesn't have the exact same options, it's more or less the same thing. You can see it looks slightly different. So here we've got a button that says add. We've got the archive here at the top. On the previous client, the buttons were here on the right. We had the little ellipse sign with the little drop down menus. We don't have that here anymore. So via the admin portal itself, you can go click here on the little tick box. They're actually invisible at first glance. You can go click on the little tick box. There's the archive button. Click on the archive button. Presto. Give it a few seconds. And voila. If I go back to the Teams client, immediately the effect takes change. You can see it kicked in immediately. Now if I go back to the admin portal there and I were to go and click on that, I can simply just go and unarchive it, moving it from read only to write as well. Immediately this should take effect. I'm going to go back to the client. There we go. You can see it has taken effect immediately. Now when it comes to deleting your Microsoft Teams. That's slightly different. If you were to go and delete a team, that's obviously going to go and delete the team. Normally, you've got about 30 days to go and restore a team. So if you would like to go and restore a respective team, you have to do that within 30 days in most cases. Microsoft reserves the right to go and change this at any point in time, I suppose. But the last time I checked, you have to go and do this within 30 days. So if you were to go and delete a team, I'm going to go and maybe delete this one here. Let's click on the loop sign, delete team. Give it a second. I understand that I blah 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 want to go and delete everything. That's fine. Delete team. If you were to go and delete a team like I just did now, you can see it now, it's gone. You're not going to restore that via the Teams client. You're not going to restore that via the Teams admin center even. You're going to have to go to the Azure portal. You can do this via multiple places. You can go to, we're specifically going to go to the Azure Active Directory. You can do that by going to the main 365 admin center. You can go here to Azure Active Directory, or alternatively, you can just go and type in, https portal.azure.com. So I'm going to go here to my Azure Active Directory because I'm lazy. I mean, the link is already there. Why not? Once you get to the Azure portal, if you go to the actual portal.azure.com link, you might just get taken straight to the Azure Active Directory. Although you're probably going to have to go click on the little menu bar on top left on Azure. You're going to have to drop down, click on Azure Active Directory. Here you just click on Azure Active Directory, like so. Now, when you go and create yourself a team, it tends to automatically create a group in the background. So you can go and create 365 groups via multiple ways. You can go do it via the 365 admin center, you can go do it via the Azure portal, or you can go do it via PowerShell, or better yet, you can go do it indirectly via other means like Teams. If you go and create yourself a team, or a user creates a team, it automatically creates a 365 group in the background. Now this group doesn't have as much privilege and goodies and benefits as the normal groups, but you can go and change that afterwards. Not a topic for today. So if you were to go and restore that group, it automatically restores that team. Now it's worth mentioning that if you go and restore that team, there is a chance it might not display immediately. Microsoft says it could take up to 24 hours. Now, my experience, it normally takes about 5 to 30 minutes. So if you go and restore a team and you don't see it immediately on your Teams client, so if I go here to my Teams client, you can see it's still missing. If I go and restore it and we don't see it immediately, that's simply a matter of just waiting 5 to 30 minutes, possibly up to 24 hours, Microsoft says. But in my case, I've never had to wait more than 30 minutes. So just keep waiting and just keep refreshing. You'll see the team restore itself eventually. Deleting it almost immediately, but restoring it could take up to a day apparently. So I'm going to go back here to my Azure Active Directory. I'm going to go to groups because it's a group we want to restore. Go to groups. Once you've gone to groups, you'll see there's a section here which we almost never go to. It says deleted groups. I'm going to go click on that sucker. You'll probably see a bunch of other groups that I've deleted in the past for other exercises. Here we go, deleted groups. The one I went and deleted was actually this one here. It says public team. So we've got a bunch of other ones here as well. So if I were to go click on that puppy there, public team, delete permanently or restore group. Be careful of that option. Once it's gone, it's gone. Not even Microsoft can help you. So restore the group. Yes. Now, if we're very, very lucky, it might show immediately on the Teams client, which is most likely not going to be the case. Maybe we are lucky. But we're probably going to have to wait about 30 minutes. So we're probably not going to be able to show you guys in this video. But let's go have a look anyway. So I'm going to refresh the page by pressing F5 on my keyboard right now. And as you can see, no extra teams shows at this time. So we're looking for a team that says public team. So I'm going to keep on having to refresh this page probably for at least a half an hour, before I will actually start seeing that team. So we're not going to be able to show you guys in this video, but that's actually all you need to do to go and restore a deleted team. As long as you do this within 30 days, and as long as someone has not gone and clicked on permanently deleting or delete permanently this team, you should be able to restore the team within 30 days or less. So if you take longer than 30 days, well, nobody can help you, not even Microsoft. I mean, obviously, they can't go and keep a copy of everything everybody deletes just in case someone decides, after 30 days, that, oops, you know what, I actually did want that. If you go and check how many clients they've got, that's just insane. It's just not worth it. All right, guys, so that concludes it for today's episode. That was a short, straightforward episode for today, just about archiving, unarchiving, deleting, and restoring teams. I hope this has been informative for you guys. I hope it's been helpful. And if you have not done so, please give the video a like. Maybe consider subscribing if you have not done so. Otherwise, you will not know when I upload new videos for this series or any of the other series that I'm going to be doing. And I'll see you guys next time on episode 15 of this series, or maybe one of the other series. Bye, guys.
If you love me, let me know. If you don't, then let me.